Nostalgia, you too. Three dogs in trench coats. Good to see you, buddy. You came quickly. Wait, you arrived quickly. It's good to see you, buddy. Ugh. We are playing a game called SATORI, and literally this game has no fanfare. It literally drops you into the game as soon as you open it. I hope you're excited. It's good to see you. I'm excited. I played some Fear earlier. And you want to take a wild guess what this game is made in? I'll let you take a wild guess. Just take a wild guess. It's okay. Go ahead. This is the menu, by the way. We don't have a body, so this game is immediately... Yep, it's made in Unity. Cool. This game literally has no fanfare. It literally just drops you right in. Just so, like so. So we're gonna play a little bit of this. It's a very pretty game. It's very pretty. It looks like we have a statue to talk to, basically. We have a double jump. Oh, we have a scarf. Oh, cool. How fancy is that? Hey, Connor. It's good evening to you too, buddy. That's cool. We basically have a giant tongue. Okay. That's pretty cool. So I have no idea where I'm going, what I'm doing. I'm just playing the game. And already I'm kind of having fun. Whee! Carlson? Never heard of it. I've played a few parkour games in my time. There's one called, Lena, I think it's called. I don't exactly remember. That's cool. We're gonna play a little bit of this. I've got another game I want to show you guys today. Consider this a treat for you guys, basically. Another game. I got my hands on another game that I was given briefly to look at. You guys will never guess what it's called. So what does E do? What does E do? Okay, so left click is basically slows down time. E I guess it's a checkpoint. Oh. Oh, right, Carlson. Right. Now, right, yes, okay, now, you got, okay, right. Now I remember. Yes, you told me about Carlson. I remember that game. Oh, this is cool. I'm literally chasing this ball of light right now, and I'm not really getting anywhere with it. So we have to get 200 of these little things of light. That's what I'm getting from this. Whee! I love little obscure games like this, that where you have no idea what's going on. You just are running around and doing whatever. Like, there's a game that came out called Ghost Runner. Ghost Runner, as short as it is, it's freaking cool. Because you're literally running around with a katana in hand and doing parkour. I played it, barely. I could barely run it, and I failed so many times. But that's okay. This game is pretty. I'll give it that. It's very pretty. Whee! I got it. I feel like you could get lost in this game. Like, I probably could get lost, very likely, because my sense of direction is terrible. But yes. We started Fear today, and I got a pretty nice audience for it. Made me really happy. But I cut the game short because my dog was barking his head off earlier. Oh yeah, Mirror's Edge is fun. I know about Mirror's Edge, I just haven't played it. Why would I? So how can I say it's fun when I've never played the game? Well, because I've seen enough of the game to admit to even a clown like me can appreciate a game. So you could go everywhere in this place. Got it. Like, the scarf is saving my life, literally. I wouldn't necessarily call this game parkour, more just you running around trying to get... Ooh, what's this? What? Oh. We got red ones. Right. Whee! But yeah, it's good to see you, Trenchcoat. I told Monsieur Blanket, who is another comedic brainiac like you, that you two need to meet. Monsieur Blanket and you would get along so wonderfully. It'd be hilarious if you two were in a stream together. The amount of comedy you guys would be throwing left and right would be hilarious. He was there when I was playing Fear, and he was making fun of we were going back and forth making fun of the dying soldiers, and of course, you know, the car insurance jokes that we were throwing back and forth because it's funny. But yeah. Wee! Wee! Apparently there's no fall damage. So yeah, we're gonna play a little bit of this, not a lot of it. Because I've got something else I want to show you guys. Let's go this way. I want to go up. I want to see what's up here. There's a lot of moving things going on. Yeah, things. 10 out of 10 description of glowy things are flying around. Yeah, I know. It's so weird. We basically... We have feet. I'm sure of it. We also have rollerblades. Thankfully, we can't break our bones, because if we could, I'd be sad. Whee! A rich person's house to look like. Yeah. So you're saying a rich person's house would require you to do parkour to get around through it? Okay. I see. The family with the bunches and bunches and bunches of kids, their house has a slide in it for the younger ones. I forget the people's names, but I was gobsmacked when I remember watching that on a TV show. I was like, where's this been all my life? The other thing that I remember making my brain explode was an ad I watched about a van button, where this mother presses a button in her van. It separates the kids by a lot, and I was like, give me. Why didn't they do you guys do this sooner? Then again, life isn't interesting like that. Whee! So you guys want to know the most terrifying TV show I've ever seen? I'll tell you. Well, not TV show, but just an episode of a TV show. And it wasn't terrifying for the reasons you may think. Like, it was a kid's TV show, okay? I've told people this story. Because it just... When I sat there and I thought about it, like, realistically, I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. I Brian Reagan the logic of it. Because that's what he taught me, is that if there's anything stupid, try to apply it to real life and see where you get. So basically, the story is that there's a survival guide dog made of clay, okay? It's all claymation. He has all of his medals. And the project for the day was to blow up a bouncy house, okay? Stay with me now. A bouncy house, okay? So, what happens is he gets the bouncy house. And instead, of course, of using, you know, the natural resources, which would be, you know, a pump, he blows up the entire bouncy house by himself, with just himself. And he gets quite worn out doing it. So yeah, he does all of that work to get it up. By the time he gets it done, a storm cloud rolls in. One singular storm cloud, just one, just rolls in over the bouncy house. It just rumbles, okay? Rumbles. Now bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. So, yeah, so they do this, okay? I'm watching this, by the way, at a Ford mechanic shop. I'm just sitting there waiting for a car to get fixed with a friend of mine. And I am literally, like, watching this show with mild interest, but I'm also sort of realizing where this is going, but in severe denial at the same time. Because I was like, the whole time, like, wait, what? Wait, no. So then, the narrator basically asks, in summary, I really couldn't hear what the narrator was saying because it was quiet. But I pretty much gathered that the narrator was saying something like, oh no, if the cloud rains on the bouncy house, we won't be able to play in it. Something like that. And the narrator asks, so what should we do? And the survival guide dog is sitting there. He's thinking about it. You know, he's thinking. And then he spies a porcupine. Are you still with me? Okay. A porcupine, okay. He spies a porcupine. Remember, this is all claymation still. And he gets an idea. Seeing this porcupine, okay? So he gets the porcupine. And to my utter amazement, he goes to the bouncy house. Bounces a few times. And he pops the cloud with a thorn of the porcupine that's on the very top. He pops the cloud with a porcupine. And I sat there for a moment, and I was like, I turned to my friend, and I explained what just happened to him. And I said, how many kids watching this are now going to want to go outside when it rains to find a porcupine and try to pop the storm clouds with it? I know. Yeah. But that's basically what I said. I kind of just sat there and I was like, I pity the kids that watch this, because, you know, if this is what this is trying to convey the message to you about, the only way I would just look at my kid and be like, I hope you're smart enough to realize that, A, this isn't true, and B, it's actually impossible what they're telling you. You know? But yeah. It was scary. Scary in the fact that it just made me kind of sit there and go, hold up. Just hold up. Another story I like to tell. I have plenty of stories to tell, and I'll probably tell them as time goes on, but because I have plenty of them. Some of them are pretty fun, and some of them are freaking embarrassing, but that's life for you. You have your fun stories, and then you have your utterly embarrassing ones. So here's one. So I'm sure you've heard of the Tara Show. I've listened to her vaguely, but one time I happened to chance to listen to her, and she was talking about her son, how he came home from school with a paper about penguins going extinct in the Arctic. Okay, it sounded to do a paper on it, that they were, you know, endangered and stuff, and blah blah blah. And and Tara, being the person that that we all know her to be, you you know, skeptical and curious, and, you know, you always have to research everything that you hear. She decided to have a little fun and do a little research on this paper, and it turns out that it was completely false. The claims of this paper they're trying to do research on was making. And the actual penguins that were in trouble were ones in Africa, apparently. Why were the penguins in Africa? I don't know, but apparently there were at the time. I think this was like last year or something. But she reinforced the fact that you can't believe everything you read, and of course her son knew that, which is why he brought it to her attention, because he figured she would love to know about that, and she was glad he did. It was fascinating to listen to. I was like, wow. So but yeah, besides the story of the most terrifying TV shows, or at least episode in general, yeah. If there's a medical show I love, it's Code Black. Code Black is both emotional and, quite frankly, it will break you before it's over. Another good one, in my opinion, is Person of Interest. Person of Interest is epic. It's freaking epic. It starts slow, but if you bear with it, and you just let it take you with it for the ride that puts you through, it's worth your time. Another good one would be The Resident. And of course, The Good Doctor is another very excellent one. It's so weird. I remember watching Freddie Highmore as a kid. When he was a kid, okay? I remember him with his squeaky voice and him portraying himself in most cases as a brat. He played the brat character so well. And now he's playing this responsible doctor. Well, not responsible, but, you know, this doctor who has, you know, his problems. And he portrays him so excellently. It's amazing to me. It's so weird hearing him with a deeper voice after all the times of me hearing him with his, you know, higher pitched voice. It's like, what happened to you and what did you do with Freddy? But time flies. What's another good one? Oh yeah, 9/11's another good show. Really good. I love crime shows. So of course, Poirot, Agatha Christie's Poirot with David Suchet. Best Poirot ever, don't at me. I will argue that's the day I die, because he portrays him perfectly, in my opinion. Because he literally became him in a way. There are plenty of Sherlocks I could talk about. In my opinion, the best Sherlock is Jeremy Brett. Because he literally died playing him. I mean, sure, there are other Sherlocks, like, you know, Basil Rathbone, Christopher Lee. Yeah, Christopher Lee played Sherlock. A bunch of others. We all know about Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock. And of course, Cumberbatch's Sherlock. He did a pretty darn good job as him, too. Very proud of him. Dr. Blake is a good show. Real good. Murdoch is good, too, to a point. Like, I would say watch Murdoch, but stop watching him once he marries basically his love interest, because after that, it just gets pointless. It's like, what now? There's nothing more to really show, guys. Because, I mean, Murdoch was cool until after that, it just kind of dried out for me. I was like, eh. After that, I felt like they were just doing the same thing over and over again. So it's like, eh. Like I liked Murdoch's nemesis. That guy was pretty freaking cool, but his motives were kind of dry, in my opinion. I've seen a bunch of other shows. Like, I can't really name them all off the top of my head because there's so many. Oh yeah, All Creatures Great and Small, good show. Little House on Prairie, also very good. That tells you something about me. Green Acres, loved it. Thought it was hilarious. Watched a little bit of the Twilight Zone. Dick Van Dyke Show, love it. The guy's still around. Makes me sad though because I know he's gonna be gone eventually. I can't tell you guys how happy and overjoyed I was to see him at night at the museum in person after so long. Like, hearing his voice in Curious George and realizing that's Dick Van Dyke. And flipping out because of it. It was a good day. Like, I went on a fritz trying to find him, and I found out he was going to be in a live movie. And I was so happy. And then, of course... Oh yeah, Violet Evergarden. Yeah. Yeah. You want another good emotional show? Clannad. Where if we're gonna talk about anime, let's have it, because I know a lot of good animes. Like, I am literally a walking library of movies and stuff. If we want to talk about emotional stuff, watch Clannad. My goodness, the emotions. I can watch Clannad like I've watched Clannad like 4 times and I still cry. Another really great emotional show would be Charlotte. Charlotte's pretty emotional. Made by the same studio. So is Canon, so is Air. Air's depressing, but it's great. Of course there's you know, My Hero Academia, and I know there's a love-hate with it, but I think it's a darn good show. I'm not a super crazy fan. Like, if you don't like it, I'm not gonna like want to never speak to you again. I don't care. Personally, I'm like, you can love it, you can hate it. I don't care. I like a good anime. I like animes with good stories, and I know a lot of them. One anime that really deserves to be mentioned would be Monster. Monster, if you haven't seen Monster, you should. It's worth your time. Again, it starts off slow, but as it picks up speed, it's good. Like, not many anime buffs actually know about Monster, but that's because it kind of came out quietly, and kind of went under a lot of people's radars because Death Note and Higurashi and stuff happened. I've seen Fullmetal Alchemist and Brotherhood. I've seen Overlord. I love Overlord. It's so freaking cool. One Punch Man. I've seen a lot of overpowered character animes because they're just hilarious to watch. And it's just funny. I really loved that one about the guy who could, blast demons away. What if he got angry enough? I forget his name. That one was fun, especially the part where his psychiatrist gained his powers briefly. Yeah. Hikugen is another good one, and Snow White with the red hair. That one's great. That one's a great emotional anime. My sister loves that one. So does my mother. Yeah, ironic. I gave my sister that anime. She didn't put it down until it was over. She was so upset when it ended. She wanted more. And then they made a second season, and she would never stop talking about it. And I was so embarrassed for about it. She literally didn't stop talking about it for a year. I'm not kidding. It was humiliating. Come here. Thank you. But yeah, I know a lot of other animes like Kuroko's Basket. That one's fun. Bleach, of course. If you were gonna watch Bleach, I would say watch it. It starts off slow, but as it picks up, it gets pretty cool in some places. But I would say to stop after the final fight with Aizen, because after that it's just not worth it. Another anime would be Prince of Tennis. Prince of Tennis is basically Bleach, only it's tennis. It has its great, awesome moments too. And I do rewatch Prince of Tennis from time to time when I'm bored, and it's a fun time waster. What's another one? Like, Bleach is also a fun time waster when you're just bored and you want to watch people kill each other. One Punch is also a good time waster. There was another anime I watched about a guy who played a video game, and it was pretty awesome. I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't exactly about him being stuck in a video game, just that he was so good at it, but his teammates betrayed him, and so he started from level 1 and worked his way back up, and basically he's going to basically, you know, he's going to get his throne back, and of course he has to deal with, you know, his second in command, who's just this awful guy. And they kicked him off because apparently their ratings, or they were getting enough ratings or something, and it's like, who cares? Guys are at the top, who cares if they're not getting good ratings? Like, it's just about money, though. It always is. As it says, money is the root of all evil. But when it comes down to it, knowing you can't really lie when people say there isn't much you wouldn't do for a good hunk of cash. I mean, really. Don't believe me? Go look at that one section of Twitch that I stay far away from. So, it's depressing. Whee! We made it, guys. I've been talking this whole time, and I just zoned out and just started flying around everywhere, so. Wait, that's it? Oh, wait, there's more. I was about to be very disappointed for a second there. The map just grew a little bit. Interesting. Very interesting. March comes in like a lion. Oh, you want to know another great anime? It's called Your Name. It's actually a movie, but it's probably it's a great anime. Another great anime, a bunch of other great anime movies would be any of the Miyazaki films. If you haven't seen the Miyazaki films, you need to stop everything that you do and go watch them. And I mean all of them. They're worth your time. Your life will change. Trust me. I actually read one of the books that the Miyazaki movies are based off of, and funny enough, the movie is actually better than the book. Miyazaki took a really boring book, that being Howl's Moving Castle, and turned it into the most epic thing I've ever seen. So, oh, he also did Tales of Earthsea, which is a book my dad knew about, and my brother, I got my hands on it for my brother to read. And apparently, even though I thought that the movie was weird, my brother said that the movie did the books justice, and that yes, the books are weirder. But the other thing is that Miyazaki's son took over the project because Miyazaki kind of stopped halfway through, which is why it kind of changes a little bit. But things do kind of still turn out fine. I thought it was cute. But yeah, you'd be very, you know, I would tell you you're not an anime fan until you've seen, you know, the Miyazaki movies. Sorry. Another awesome movie anime would be Steam Boy. Steam Boy is an excellent anime movie. And guess who did the music? Good old Steve Jablonski. The same guy who did the music for, you know, from Transformers. That movie is epic. And it's also the most expensive anime movie ever made because of all the money they sunk into it to make it. They almost went bankrupt making it. Well, they did go bankrupt actually, but they had hyped it up so much that they managed to make it. They had to market that thing so carefully. But it was amazing and worth the watch. Okay. I've seen every Shyamalan movie. In my opinion, the weirdest one has to be Lady in Water. It's very weird. I actually liked The Happening. That one was weird too, but it was actually kind of funny too, in a sense. I really liked Devil. I really liked Split. I really... The only Shyamalan movie I did not like, though, again, it's a matter of perspective, was The Visit. And here's why. And I'll explain why. Goodness, the kid in that movie wouldn't, like, the rapping he did was awful. It was just awful. I'm sorry. So yeah, that was SATORI. It's a nice little game. So now, we're going to change the title of this to something else. So what I'm going to do, don't go anywhere. I'm going to stop the stream so that this can just upload, and then we'll do the next game. So just don't go anywhere, okay? I'll be back in a second.